Greetings! On behalf of YTM, welcome aboard. Enjoy your flight.
Please subscribe, like, and share to keep up with all the best in travel news, tips, and reviews. We do appreciate the support. This is going to be our flight report for the CRJ-1000, flying with Air Nostrum for Iberia Airlines. We don't normally do flight reports or reviews unless it's a flight that we feel has something unique or different about it, either the plane itself or the class we're flying. Now let's take a quick look at the specs for the CRJ-1000, just in case you might be interested in the numbers. The main reason I found this jet so fascinating is that it only flies in a few countries and it's not permitted to fly via any of the major US carriers. And here is our flight utilizing the CRJ-1000 from Madrid to Casablanca. It's a short flight, just under 2 hours. And today we'll be leaving out of Terminal 4S. And when in Terminal 4S, we usually stop by the Neptuno Lounge, which is a Priority Pass lounge. It's a great place to relax before your flight. It's got a really cool modern design. They have a large selection of snacks and drinks to choose from. We have a review on it, I'll list it below. But now, I think it's time to check on our flight, and the big board is telling us it's time to go to our gate. We were on flight IBE 8792, so we went to the gate, waited for the bus to take us to our plane. The bus transfer often happens with these smaller jets. Before we get to the plane, let's take a quick look at the seat map. This plane has a 2x2 configuration, which I like a lot better than the 3x3 configuration. It just feels a little bit less cramped, even if the seats are similar. And this flight was so much more comfortable than our return flight from Marrakech to Madrid in the Iberia A320 with a 3x3 configuration, and the pitch on those seats were 3 inches less, and it makes a big difference. They were not comfortable. For this flight, we had row 19, seats D and F. Now on most commercial planes, the noisiest seats are usually right behind the wings, because that's where the engines are, obviously. But on this jet, the engines are in the rear, so sitting behind the wing worked out well for us. As we arrived at our plane, they were still loading on luggage. We all gathered outside, ready to board. It was all pretty organized, and only after a few minutes, we were all good to go. Now, it was time to taxi. The whole process on this flight, from boarding to takeoff, went quickly and smoothly, which is always nice. Unfortunately, I don't have any good footage of the takeoff, but trust me, it was a good one. Now let's take a look inside the CRJ-1000. As you can see, it's a very cozy 2x2 configuration. And although the seats seem a little dated, I thought they were quite comfortable for a 2-hour flight. I had sufficient amount of legroom, even with my backpack shoved under the seat in front of me. Speaking of the seats, let's take a closer look. In the seat back pocket, they had a barf bag, safety manual, and a menu that you could order a la carte in case you were a little hungry or thirsty. Moving up the seat, they had your normal seat back tray. And you guessed it, there are no seat back TV monitors on this plane. But in my opinion, I really didn't think it was necessary to have them on such a short flight. They had the standard overhead lighting, which I believe they left on for the entire flight, which didn't really bother me as I didn't plan on sleeping. For this size of a jet, they had ample storage space in the overhead bins. You had the standard lights and fans above your seat. Now it was time to sit back, relax, and enjoy our short flight to Casablanca. It was a very smooth landing in Casablanca. Props to the captain, co-pilot, and crew. If you are interested in traveling to Morocco or Madrid, we've done some interesting videos. I'll add the links below. Take a look. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy our landing. My original plan was to get a little video of the plane when we landed, but unfortunately the ground crew hurried us onto the buses, so you're gonna have to settle for a view from the window of the bus. Here's our flight report, final thoughts. We really enjoyed our ride on the CRJ-1000. I liked the cozy 2x2 seat configuration, and on shorter flights, I don't mind giving up some amenities for comfort. I hope this helps you if you decide to fly the CRJ-1000. Safe travels. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, like, and share to keep up with all our latest travel news, tips, and reviews.